Hello students, once again welcome to English Literature Classroom. Today my topic is The Sound Machine by Roald Dahl. Again, take out the very same book, Echoes, a collection of ISC short stories. Okay, and let's start this chapter. Okay, I already taught up to page 107 and today I am going to teach page 108. Clear? And let me recap a little. Losna, the protagonist of the story, was obsessed with the sound, particularly with the sounds in nature. He wanted to capture all the sounds made by plants, animals, and insects which are inaudible to human ear. His sound machine was tested for the first time when his neighbor, Mrs. Saunders, cut the stem of the rose plants. Losna heard the streaking pain as if the rose stems were in pain. He narrated his experience to Mrs. Saunders, but considering him to be a strange, peculiar man, she ran inside her house. Now let's start from line to line explanation, that is from page 108. Okay, he stood up. Now who is this he? He is the Losner. Okay, he stood up and removed the earphone. Okay, what did Losner do? Stood up and removed the earphones. It was getting dark. Okay, it was getting dark, and he could see pricks of light shining in the windows of the houses all around him. And what could he see? Pricks of light shining in the windows of the houses all around him. Carefully he picked up the black box. What did he do? Very carefully he picked up the black box from the table, carried it into the shed. And what did he do? He carried it into the shed and put it on the workbench. Then he went out, locked the door. What did he do? He went out, locked the door behind him and walked up to the house. Next morning, Losna was up as soon as it was light. Okay, next morning he woke up as soon as it was light. He dressed and went straight to the shed. Okay, after dressing up, where did he go? To the shed. He picked up the machine and carried it outside. Okay, what did he do? He picked up the machine and carried it outside, clasping it to his chest with both hands, walking unsteadily under its weight. He went past the house, out through the front gate. Okay, he went past the house, through the front gate, and across the road to the park. There he paused and looked around. What did he do? He paused there and looked around him. Then he went on until he came to a large tree. Okay, where did he come? To a large tree, a beech tree. And what was the tree? A beech tree. And he placed the machine on the ground. Where did he place the machine? On the ground, close to the trunk of the tree. Quickly he went back to the house. What did he do? He went back to the house and got an axe from the coal cellar. Okay, from the coal cellar he brought an axe and carried it across the road into the park. He put the axe on the ground beside the tree. Okay, he put the axe on the ground beside the tree. Then he looked around him again. Okay, what did he do? He looked around him again, peering nervously through his thick glasses in every direction. There was no one about. Okay, there was no one about. It was 6 in the morning. What time it was? It was 6 in the morning. He put the earphones on his head. Okay, what did he do? He put the earphone on his head and switched on the machine. He listened for a moment to the faint, familiar humming sound. Okay, what type of sound did he listen? Faint, familiar humming sound. Then he picked up the axe, took a stance with his leg wide apart, and swung the axe as hard as he could at the base of the tree trunk. Okay, where? At the base of the tree trunk. The blade cut deep into the wood and struck there, and at the instant of impact, he heard a most extraordinary noise in the earphone. Okay, could he hear? A most extraordinary noise in the earphones. It was a new noise, unlike any he had heard before. A harsh, noteless, enormous noise. What type of noise he could hear? A harsh, noteless, enormous noise. A growling, low-pitched, screaming, round, not quick and short like the noise of the roses, but drawn out like a sob, lasting for fully a minute, loudest at the moment when the axe struck, fading gradually, fainter and fainter until it was gone. Okay? With this, I am concluding the class. In my next class, I will teach page 109. Okay? Until then, goodbye.